Okay. All right, Michael. First thing I want to do is I want to come up with a goal that you have as a writer. So I want you to choose between focus, organization, elaboration, language and vocabulary, and conventions. Which one of those do you want to focus on as a goal? Okay, that's all right. So let's go ahead and make sure that we clarify them. Focus means that your writing is clear. Organization means that you are going from the beginning to the end, organized. Elaboration means that you are using evidence from your sources. Language and vocabulary means you're using words that are good for your audience. And also conventions means punctuation, capitals, and spelling. Okay, so language and vocabulary. So we're going to look at language that we're using. So the first thing that we're doing is we're going to go ahead and look at what you have already written here. You've already done your early life and your accomplishments. Can you read this over and find a word that you think is a good vocabulary word for your reader?
How did Bell's get deaf? Alexander Bell was interested in how deaf people could talk. Alexander Graham Bell teaches deaf people to make the K sound. Bell did not know that the deaf kids could say cat.
So out of what you just read, is there a vocabulary word there that you think was good for your audience? Okay. Can I point one out that I thought was pretty good? You used the word interested right here. So you let me know as a reader that Alexander Graham Bell was interested in deaf people and how they could talk. That means that his interest probably helped him decide later on in life that he wanted to work with sounds, because the deaf people can't hear sounds. So he wanted to figure out how could he work with sounds so that even deaf people could be able to understand others. Interested was a great word. Can you try and find another word that you think you could change to make it better for your reader? Okay, well let's go ahead and look over this. How did Bell's mom get deaf? Alexander Bell was interested in how deaf people could talk. Alexander Graham Bell taught deaf people to make the K sound. So if we use this word teached is the word that you use. If we were to, we could add another vocabulary word to help describe how we did that. We could also change that word to another word that means the same thing as taught. Would you like to add a word, or do you want to change that word?
Change it.
Change the word? Okay. All right. So then, let's see. Alexander Graham Bell, blank, deaf people to make the K sound. What's another word we could use other than taught? Let's think of this. If I'm going to teach you something, then I'm going to show it to you, right? So I could say a couple words to use the same word as the word taught. I could say, Alexander Graham Bell showed people how to communicate and make sounds even though they could not hear. See how much more I added in when I said that? I used more vocabulary words in order to actually do that. Do you want to try and say that in your own way? Okay. Can we use that as our example to go ahead and use how we can make that better? Okay. So, Alexander Graham Bell showed people how to communicate with others even though they could not hear. And we're talking about deaf people. So Alexander Graham Bell showed deaf people how to communicate with others even though they could not hear. Okay, so right here, this sentence here is the one that we just figured out how we could add some more vocabulary that would give we're giving our reader a better picture in our mind. Okay? So what I would like you to do is I'd like you to go and you can work on this particular one. You can take your Chromebook, because you've already typed it up in your Chromebook, right? So you can take this and you can fix this one part in your Chromebook, and then come back to me and we will go ahead and we'll talk about late life, because we need to organize your cards for late life, and I'll keep your cards right here, okay? Alright, so then go ahead and do that and then come back to me for late life.